So we just covered navigating big spreadsheets. Now let's talk about analyzing the spreadsheets with some of the features that Microsoft Excel has provided. So if you go up to your Data tab and you click on the What If Analysis section, we're going to review the Scenario Manager and Goal Seek in this video. But before we do that, let me tell you what I have here in the spreadsheet. I've just whipped up a quick homeowner's monthly expenses sheet, and the idea is to calculate your total monthly payment of a house that you might buy. And so here we have in white all of the data inputs, all of our assumptions, or parameters, and all the gray cells or the non-white cells are calculated fields. So we're assuming a $360,000 house here, and at 20% down payment that yields a $72,000 down payment. So your mortgage will be $288 grand. 4.5% interest rate yields a $1,495 monthly mortgage. A few other monthly expenses yields a total of $2,584. So again, this is assuming all of these parameters are going to be true. So let's also assume that you know your ceiling, your maximum monthly expenditure is $3,000. So in your search, it may be useful to know which houses are out of your range. And so let's calculate the most expensive house that you can afford on a $3,000 budget. So one way to do that is you see that you're not at $3,000 yet. You can just increase this a little bit every time and figure it out. But that's just not very fun or quick. And so we're going to use the Goal Seek method. So go up here and use Goal Seek. This is a real simple feature. And all we want to do is tell it we want to set a cell to be $3,000 in our case by changing another cell. So we're just going to set the cell here to be $3,000 by changing cell home value. So this will set this to $3,000 and change this to get there. So we know now that at exactly a $3,000 monthly payment, again, assuming these parameters are correct, the most expensive house we can buy is $425 grand. Now obviously I'm using the Goal Seek method here on a very simple application. It could provide a lot more value on a more complex scenario with more formulas in between or a larger data set or a more complex calculation. So keep an open mind when you're working in Excel to identify more complex scenarios that the Goal Seek method could be useful for. Now if it is a much more complex scenario, it may take a while to actually calculate this because Excel's not solving the problem with algebra, it's just incrementally changing the value, recalculating everything until it reaches $3,000. And so sometimes it may take a long time depending on how fast your machine is or how complex the formulas are. And so you can pause the Goal Seek in action and you can step forward.